As we have discussed on the channel previously, Wong is just the absolute MVP of the MCU. I mean, he has actually had more appearances in the MCU than Doctor Strange has, which is kind of crazy to think about, but at the same time, I mean, Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme. You can't forget that. He is indeed. So, I mean, Wong, especially in Phase 4, was popping up everywhere. I mean, first we got him in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Then, of course, he was in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and then reappeared once again in the She-Hulk Disney Plus series. And he's not stopping there. I mean, he's been in the MCU for years, since all the way back in 2016, almost a decade. So he's going to continue to grow and flourish within this world. But the moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. Wong is finally getting the respect he deserves. You know, he's always been Doctor Strange's sidekick. He's always been, Doctor Strange gets his own movies, but Wong is just there. First movie, he's just a librarian. Well, guess what? Wong is finally getting what he deserves. He's getting his very own Disney Plus series. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news, pretty much. We're getting a Wonger's Disney Plus series. Now, this is not actually like officially confirmed by Marvel Studios or anything, but these are some big reports coming at us from the mod team on the Marvel Studios spoilers subreddit, which just dropped like a bunch of bombs and little bits of juicy tidbits and information about the upcoming MCU projects, stuff that's in development. I did a video previously about the Thunderbolts rumors and new characters that are going to be introduced there, and one of these other rumors that was revealed by the mod team was a Wong Disney Plus series, which sounds absolutely awesome. So Wong is finally getting his own Disney Plus series that is going to lead directly into Doctor Strange 3, which is supposedly going to release before Kang Dynasty, or at least Secret Wars, one of those two. So we're getting Doctor Strange 3, and we are getting a Wong Disney Plus series. Now, of course, the question is, well, what's a Wong Disney Plus series going to be about? Well, this is going to be based off of the Strange Academy Marvel comic series. So the series is supposedly going to be called Wong Academy, which is a hilarious title. So basically it's going to be Wong at Kamar-Taj, and he is just going to be training all these different sorcerers, and it's going to be a grand old time. Now, the only confirmed character here is America Chavez, who of course was introduced in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, played by Xochitl Gomez, a character we're assuming will eventually go on to join the Young Avengers when those inevitably form in the MCU. So that's super exciting that we are getting her return, because I actually really loved her character. She was one of my favorite parts of that movie. So I'm glad that we're getting more of her, and of course it makes sense where at the end of that movie she decided to stay in Kamar-Taj, and she's still inexperienced with her powers, so she's going to get trained by Wong, which is pretty awesome. But it's not just going to be Wong training America Chavez. Is not going to be such a serious show. Of course, Wong, we got a little bit of glimpses of it in the She-Hulk appearance of Wong. It's going to be, of course, a fun party in Kamar-Taj as well. So it is going to be along the lines of the vibes of She-Hulk, I'd say, but mixed with Doctor Strange as well. So there's going to be a lot of comedy in here, which is really exciting. So that gets you thinking, what other characters are going to be appearing here? And automatically the first place my mind goes is Ned Leeds. Who knew when we were watching Spider-Man No Way Home, we were all going into that thinking like, oh, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be here. We're getting the Sinister Five. We're getting all these different crazy cameos. But the biggest surprise of this movie was Ned Leeds having magic powers. Who saw that coming? I know I didn't. So Ned Leeds actually was able to use magic in that movie, which is still kind of crazy that that's a thing. But I mean, hey, this is totally possible. I mean, if Wong is going to be training a bunch of people at Kamar-Taj, and I mean, Ned would make sense, especially if he can use his powers. Although given the fact that that movie ended with nobody knowing who Peter is and Ned doesn't remember him, he probably doesn't even remember that he has magic in his veins. So realistically, it's not something that we could actually get, but at the same time, it would be so awesome to see. I mean, the sorcerer and the apprentice right here, that would be hilarious. Plus Ned, I just want more of him in the MCU, and we don't know necessarily if he's going to return for the future Spider-Man films, so this would be the perfect place. Now, who else could we get? Rontra. Rontra is a character that was introduced in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. He was initially meant to have a much, much larger role, as you can see from the amount of merchandise that he got, but then he was just literally in the background. And that was really disappointing because this is a character that I was actually kind of looking forward to see because, I mean, he's a giant minotaur, not only a minotaur, but a green minotaur that can do magic. And he did nothing. He did nothing in that movie. So I'm really hoping that we can get him in this series. It makes sense. Again, we're going to be at Kamar-Taj. This is where he is. So for him to be training, becoming a sorcerer just like he did in the comics, I think that would be a really neat inclusion. Now, speaking of stuff that was set up but hasn't really gone anywhere yet, we of course have the Abomination. So the Abomination was another character who had a big return in the She-Hulk Attorney at Law Disney Plus series, and that series ended with Tim Roth's character of Emil Blonsky taken back to prison, and then Wong actually breaking him out and taking him to Kamar-Taj. So we haven't seen where that's going to go. There have been rumors that supposedly there's going to be like an Abomination special presentation, which I'm still not sure how to feel about that. But this would be, again, following up and tying up these loose threads. If Abomination, Emil Blonsky is supposedly at Kamar-Taj, why not include him in the series? I just think that would make complete and total sense. But, I mean, let's admit it, though. The number one person we all want here is Madisynn. It's with one Y and two N's, but not where you think. Man, Madisynn. What can you not say about Madisynn? Just a great character. And like, in all honesty, one of the funniest, best parts of the She-Hulk Disney Plus series. Like, who does not love themselves some Madisynn and Wongers? I know I need more of this in my life. I mean, this was literally a post-credit scene. It was the post-credit scene of whatever episode Wong first appeared in. It was a post-credit scene of these two in Kamar-Taj, and they were watching, like, The Real Housewives or something like that. So that would be hilarious to continue that. She can be his little sidekick. Wong's not the sidekick anymore. He's the one that gets the sidekick, and Madisynn would be hilarious. Plus, apparently, she made a deal with the devil. She met Mephisto. So that would be hilarious to explore here as well. But man, Madisynn, if you're going to do a Wong Disney Plus series, you got to have Madisynn in here as well. I mean, doing a Madisynn solo project, a Disney Plus series special presentation, that might be going a little bit overboard. But have her be a supporting co-star in the Wong Disney Plus series, Wong Academy. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. But guys, this just sounds awesome. This sounds like it would just be a lot of fun. There's just so much potential here. I mean, all we actually know about this is just that it would be a Benedict Wong-led series about the character of Wong, and it would be Wong Academy, and he is training multiple sorcerers and magic wielders. The only one confirmed here is America Chavez, but just based on speculation alone and the possibility of the show, I'm just so excited for this. I mean, to see more Wong and for it to be like a wizard comedy series, I think would be a lot of fun, especially because we were introduced to Kamar-Taj in the Doctor Strange movies, but it hasn't really been explored too much yet. Like that first Doctor Strange movie, after Doctor Strange finished his first training, we spent pretty much the rest of the movie in New York and at the Sanctum. And then most of the other appearances have just been at the Sanctum Sanctorum. And then even in Multiverse of Madness, when we did go to Kamar-Taj, it was just for Scarlet Witch to murder a bunch of people, and then we started jumping through the multiverse. So to actually put the spotlight specifically on Kamar-Taj, I think is the perfect idea, and Wong Academy is something that I am just super excited for. And again, not officially confirmed. This is just from the Marvel Studios Spoilers mod team, but pretty much everything they've put out there previously has been verified. This is supposedly verified information. I trust it, and this gets me super excited for the future of the MCU, and specifically Madisynn and Wongers. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this rumor? We're just going to call it a rumor for now, take it with a grain of salt, that we are getting a Wong Academy Disney Plus series where Wong will be training America Chavez along with many other students of Kamar-Taj. And what different characters do you want to see pop up here? So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.